I've been like in truck stops in the middle of nowhere and like been in a bathroom stall and then like heard like a drug deal going on and been like, this is kind of like I'm like 100 miles from like the next exit. This is like
walk out of the stall. Hi, fellas.
Yeah.
Just like walk away.
Yeah. Oh,
there it goes. All right.
20 minutes. It didn't even make 20 minutes. That's awesome.
yeah.
Nice.
We're falling apart.
Yeah.
Does your company make signs?
Indianapolis! John, Dick, and Cheese.
Welcome back, Sam Tramps, to Attempted Delivery. And I think we're haunted because this is like our third or fourth attempt at delivering the intro, and the computer just stops recording on its own. Our sign is just like falling apart. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that might not last throughout the episode, so we will see.
On the first attempt, I tried to make a joke that it's nice that I got these headphones on because I get to hear the podcast a day before anyone
Just
else.
making sure we don't waste that.
And your Pro Tools was like, no, f that.
They like, want a bet? Click.
Oh, man.
You gotta pay for the Patreon to have the early access.
Yeah.
Well, we have to recap. His crazy son. The son's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Damien lives west of me, and I had to drive into the sun to see him. And now I can't see him because I'm blind.
Welcome back to the podcast. Our probably oldest listener. Not oldest, but
longest
listener. Right. He is quite tall. Longest listener, Kyle Ziegler.
Well, thank you for having me. This is
part of the POV comedy team, Phantom Power open mic, and comedian extraordinaire. I suck at intros.
It's fine.
Teller.
It's fine. Thank you for having me. This is one of my favorite podcasts. So I'm just going to be fanboying out. I'm glad that you guys have me here.
Podcast.
I'm just going to sit here and watch you guys do your thing. I'm going to take notes too. So thank you.
That's why you're here, to watch us do the podcast on screen.
Yeah, don't mind me, guys. I'm just gonna. You guys
just do your stuff.
Yeah.
So we were talking before the break that didn't exist. We were talking about what you do for work. You work for a Irish boot company.
Yeah, I sell fancy rain boots for an Irish boot company, and I travel all over the country, and I sell fancy rain boots. And the way that we sell them is we stand in a bucket of water, and then people were like, "Oh my God, are those boots waterproof?" And then I'll be like, "It'd be a miserable job if they weren't." And then if they have enough money, they'll usually buy them.
Nice.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
You'll literally stand in a bucket of water.
Yeah.
And be like,
Yeah.
You should put like your phone in the boot and then just pull it out. Like it's like, see how dry it is?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like I have taken my boot off for customers before that like want to see my sock, but also
It'd be so fun. They're like, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I have done that for people, but like, I mean, that's kind of annoying. So the phone is a good idea. Maybe I'll keep my phone in my boot.
You think they're just like clever, like foot fetish people who are just like, I don't believe you. I need to see your foot. Make sure it's
that's
dry.
actually good. Next time someone asks me that, I'll be like, normally people have to pay to see my feet.
That's funny.
Here's my OnlyFans.
Yeah. But we desperately need help. This is an ad. If you want to sell fancy rain boots, hit me up.
Do they want to be our first sponsor?
Maybe. You get to travel the country. You'll never see anyone you love ever again. But it is like a really fun, rewarding job. I get to do stand up on the road when I'm traveling for work.
That's pretty awesome. That is pretty
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. So I've done stand up in like probably 18 states now,
Nice.
which would not have been possible if I was just.
I mean, it would have been possible.
No, it wouldn't have been possible based on my stand up, but it is possible because I get to travel anyway.
It's
work.
a bonus. You're already traveling, so like that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just to plug your dates, right?
Yeah.
You're the first person to plug a job job search on the podcast.
Yeah, because I need help. You like, I need help, please.
We need sponsors, so
Yeah, I mean,
What's it called? Are you allowed to say that?
I can
It's
say,
fine.
yeah.
No, you don't have to.
Okay,
I don't wanna
it's
pressure you.
Dubarry of Ireland is the
Okay.
name of the brand that I work for. Yeah, that's my little side hustle.
Yeah, just don't like say the N word now, and then you should be good. Like,
Yeah.
as long as you don't,
Yeah,
just don't say wild shit on this podcast.
yeah.
IRA forever.
That's really
Now you're gonna have to bleep out the country name. No, just kidding.
Man, it was just under the 5-minute mark. Do you have a favorite place that you've been out of those 18 states?
Montana. Well, I haven't where I've done stand up.
Yeah.
Okay. I enjoy the comedy scene in Ohio a lot.
really.
Particularly Cincinnati. It feels like
Isn't that all of Ohio? Is it just Cincinnati?
No, there's Columbus, there's Cleveland.
Sure, but
No,
Cincinnati.
there's Columbus, there's Cleveland. Columbus, I think, is the most populous city in Ohio.
Oh, really?
Probably because of Ohio State. But
I was gonna say,
Oh,
really,
shit.
over Cincinnati and Cleveland?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
We might have
That's
to look it up. Might have to fact check me on
I
that.
believe you.
But
does that count? Does it count if it's college kids though? I'm just like genuinely curious.
I don't know. It's just still like the number of people. They have
true.
to sleep somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard it's really cool there.
But Cincinnati, like I've been to mics in Cincinnati where like every person that went up like just killed. And I was like, wow, everyone, like it was like 20 people in a row who were awesome. And I was like, wow,
pretty cool.
it's a good comedy. And there's people who are like pros who live in Cincinnati because you can do the road from there. Like you can go to Chicago's right there, and then the East Coast isn't that far. And then you also have cities
Pittsburgh.
and there's all these Midwest cities that have comedy clubs that are a relatively short drive. So yeah,
Have you made it out to Nebraska, Omaha?
I've been to Omaha.
Okay.
I've not done stand up.
I've heard like several podcasts recently, like saying it's like one of the best comedy
Oh
towns.
yeah, I've heard
like,
that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just curious if you'd been out there. so.
Yeah, I've been to Omaha. Omaha does rule. I really like it.
Yeah.
But I haven't done stand up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would like to.
What's the furthest you've traveled?
California.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best place not regarding stand up? Like what's your
Montana.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I'm like an outdoorsy guy, so I've gone to work in Montana, and I actually went out there like a week early, so I could just like camp on the side
That's
of a
sick.
river and go fishing for a week.
Yeah.
I took my vacation while I was out there. It's beautiful. I'm a fly fisherman. The fishing is amazing. The people are super chill. Yeah, it's awesome, and it's like, I guess it's like because it's further north. It stays light later in the summer. So it's crazy. I'll be like out fishing and I'll be like, all right, I'm getting tired. And I get back to the truck and it's like 10 p.m. and the sun's just setting and
wow,
nothing
that's
is open
crazy.
because it's 10 p.m. And I was like, oh shit, I'm hungry.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's the one
only
thing I
That's the
didn't-
only thing with places like that.
Yeah. But yeah, Montana for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get to take a stand against the government. Whatever happened with that?
I don't even know what you're
don't-
talking about.
I don't remember how it ended. There was like some, I don't know if it was like a ranch or some family or like some people were like doing some like protests against the government. They were like armed and like anybody who would come on the property, they would like shoot at them and shit.
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
remember that? It was a few years ago.
Was that a few? Was this
It was
like,
pre-pandemic. I'm pretty sure.
was this the thing with the cabin somewhere?
I think so.
Or is that a
I'm
serial killer?
very ill informed. I like half know this
Yeah.
story. So.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Actually,
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Scratch
I don't
that.
either, but
No, there was this whole thing in Montana that it's not.
it's so
important to
funny
say.
with one like that. It's like, couldn't you just let him go? Like they're taking a stand against the government. It's like they're not going to do. They're doing nothing.
I don't remember
they're in
exactly
like
what
the
it
middle
was.
of a prairie in Montana.
Yeah.
Like, sure, stay there.
Since I opened the book, let me look it up so I don't
Sure,
feel like
yeah,
a total idiot. You guys
yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
What's the deal with Omaha? No, I'm kidding. I don't know why that's my. I revert to fake shitty version of Seinfeld every time I mic check. Anytime I.
And I love that you're.
And I don't even like. I mean, I don't dislike, but I don't know that much Seinfeld.
And your confidence in us having a conversation is so low when Damien's doing something else that you have to revert to doing Seinfeld.
I also have this problem of feeling really fucking old because I'll reference something that I think is like
Current news. It's in like the 90s.
Yeah, like last night, we'll get into mics and comedy in a bit, but I was at the Zone Open mic last night and did a joke about JonBenet Ramsey, and it didn't land, and I was like, anybody know, but like nothing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And people were like, who's JonBenet? Pickle and Dalton were like, who's JonBenet? I was like, it's only like one of the most famous murder cases ever, and there's like a new documentary every year.
To this day, I still don't really know much. I know barely anything about it.
I think that's a reference that anyone in their 20s or younger is just not going to get.
It's wild though, because there's still documentaries coming out every year, and people are into true crime.
We're not fucked up, Damien.
It's still an unsolved true crime thing that has current documentaries.
I thought it's solved. I thought the mom did it. Or the brother.
It's that's the thing.
I thought it was solved. I thought the mom or the brother, or maybe the dad did it.
Exactly. And then some other friend of the family might have done it. Like it's.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories. It could have been the brother, and then the family's covering it up. It could have been like because the brother was a kid. Like they're tiny children, like toddlers.
Yeah, no, he probably didn't do it.
She was one of those pageant kids, and
red flag.
Yeah.
And
then was murdered, and then there was a weird note that was like in the parents' handwriting, and then like asking for this very specific amount of money, like. We want
$46.
It was like $116,000 or something like that. So, and this was years ago. But I'm surprised because everyone's into true crime.
Yeah,
and it's still currently like there's still a new documentary. But anyway, keep talking amongst yourselves while I look at this.
See, I'm not surprised that I don't know who that is, but I am surprised that other people aren't, because I miss all kinds of shit.
You don't know what anything is, but I don't know what anything is either. Like, name something that you know about.
I can't even. I don't even know something that I know about. Like, I don't even kickflips. I don't know.
Okay. Skateboarding.
Skateboarding. Thank you for
skateboarding. Cars.
Thank you for unretarding my
statements. Okay, I don't know anything about. I mean, I've tried to skateboard before, but I can't.
You probably know Tony Hawk.
I know who that is. Yeah, I know Tony Hawk. I know Bam Margera because I watched that thing that Damien recommended on the pod.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But who else do I know? I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater one time.
Nice.
Yeah.
One time.
One time.
Well, growing up, I never had any video game systems, so I would always play at my friends' houses.
Yeah.
So I would play like.
How come you didn't have video game systems?
Because I never asked for them.
Oh, so you were out fly fishing.
I was out playing in the yard.
Yeah.
We're playing basketball, or I was at my friend's house playing video games. Yeah.
Okay, so I found what I was talking about. It's actually older than I thought. I thought this was like maybe 10 years ago. Apparently, this became the center of public attention in 1996. So,
oh, geez, yeah.
So all of your references are from the 90s.
Yeah. I am apparently stuck in the 90s in high school when you were like 3 in 96, right?
I was 3 years old.
So I was 7.
This was the Montana Freemen, were an anti-government Christian patriot militia based outside the town of Jordan, Montana. The members of the group referred to their land as Justice Township. Justice spelled Justus.
Oh, I
like
thought
just us.
I thought they were like appropriate. I thought they were like Justice Township.
In Montana, I don't think so.
How big is your country? Justice Township.
Justice Township.
I'm a fly fisherman.
I'm a fly fisherman. It's very funny.
And they declared their leaders and followers sovereign citizens. So this is that whole sovereign citizen shit. No longer under the authority of any outside government. I love that. Oh no, rules just don't apply to us. Yeah, 1996.
I know. I like all those sovereign citizens seem like fucking tools and like just
Right.
the most annoying type of person.
Right.
But I also hate the government. So I'm like, God,
Yeah.
I wish
know.
I could.
I'm
I wish I could be on board.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy's a fucking asshole, and then at the same time, I'm like, how do I become?
Yeah,
one
there
of
is a part of me that's like, I wish I could root for you, man. I wish I could root for the most annoying thing I've ever heard.
I too am a traveler.
So yeah, what happened in late 94, foreclosure proceedings were initiated against the farm that contained Justice Township, and the Freemen refused to be evicted from the land. They had conducted their own mock trials of numerous public officials and issued their own writ of execution against a federal judge. And the FBI investigated the group, initiated a sting operation, and there was like a huge like armed confrontation with the FBI. So like kind of similar to Waco
Sure.
and that kind of thing. So
Jesus.
They were just
Why with the FBI? It's like, don't we? There's better forces you could use.
they
I
should
guess,
have waited 30 years because now they'd just be like, all right, you
right.
are any of you Mexican? Okay, cool. You're good. You're good.
I'm like,
They'd be
looking-
recruited like this.
Yeah. This yeah, that area looks like very vacant. It's like you could just like let them.
They're not in the mountain part of Montana. They're in like
Jordan.
the prairie.
So yeah, they are literally like that crossroads there is like Jordan. So it's like
Oh
they could have
wait,
just like
they're
let them die out there.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
They're
Like,
up there.
But I guess they didn't have.
So they're like northeast Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent some time in northwest
look, just
Montana.
looking at like the whatever Montana as like a geological map looks like beautiful.
Yeah, it's incredible.
They
Like,
do find a lot of dinosaur bones up there
Yeah.
and fossils and stuff, which is kind of cool. But then there's armed militias who are just trying to not get evicted.
There's also
and claiming to be their own government.
beautiful. I think my core memory from Montana is I was fishing in this creek. I was fishing, and it was like sun was going down, and I was starting to get nervous. Like, there's grizzly bears out here and stuff,
yeah,
whatever. And then a beaver just like floated by, and I was like, wow, that's majestic. A beaver just floats by, and I look up, and there's a deer drinking from the stream across the stream, and it's like starting to get dark, and I was like, wow, this is sick. But I think it's time for me to go back to the truck. It's getting dark, and as I turn around to walk back to the truck, a bird lands on my shoulder. And I felt,
What are you, Snow White?
Yeah,
Or Ace Ventura.
Oh wow, I had the older reference. That's incredible.
When you said Snow White, I was trying to think of the Disney character
Yeah, yeah,
reference.
yeah.
So you know things.
I do know
You know
things.
more things than me.
Yeah. I can't believe you quoted Ace Ventura and then I was the one that did the 100-year-old cartoon.
You should know older references unless Lori just doesn't talk.
No, she's just young. She's
fair
young
enough.
at heart.
Fair
She
enough.
knows the young stuff.
Fair enough.
We were just watching Supernatural last night.
Is that old or young?
Young.
Okay.
Very young. Yeah,
I've never seen it. So I don't even know what it is.
went 15 seasons. So
So it is old.
no, it's just like ended 1 year ago or
Okay.
2 years ago. So it's
But anyway, what are we talking about?
Not sure, Montana.
Militias.
malicious. Montana
You
malicious.
traveling? Yeah.
Okay.
What's the wildest thing that has happened on your travels?
I don't know if I could say publicly on a on a podcast. Wild. I don't know. Like, talk about something else. Maybe
Okay.
it'll come to me. Like,
Just like any fun stories from the road.
I mean-
you know what I mean?
So about these boots, what's the?
yeah, I don't know. Like, when I was younger doing it, because I've been doing this since like 2011.
Oh wow.
And when I was younger, I would, I was like more of a partier. So like, and I was like single at the time. So like, I was like a little wild animal back in the day. But yeah, I don't know. I spent one summer on the West Coast for 3 months. That was pretty sick.
Nice.
Wild. Nothing really wild.
Right on.
I don't know. I've been like in truck stops in the middle of nowhere and like been in a bathroom stall and then like heard like a drug deal going on and been like, this is kind of like I'm like 100 miles from like the next exit. This is like
Walk out of the
Yeah.
stall. Hi, fellas.
Yeah.
Just like walk away.
yeah. Oh,
There it goes. All right.
20 minutes. It didn't even make 20 minutes. That's awesome.
yeah,
Nice.
We're falling apart here.
yeah.
Does your company make signs?
I like how you're like, I'm gonna take notes on how to do a podcast, and like we like it took 4 attempts to start recording and keep recording, and then the signs falling off the walls. So
Attempted podcast.
indeed.
Yeah, I guess I thought it was a. It's funny because I thought it was your company. The company was a Western wear company because you told me about all these jackets that you still haven't given me.
Yeah, and then you had interest in my grandfather's hat, which is like a Stetson. So I was like,
yeah.
Can I get
Because
signs?
you do horse shows, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of horse shows. We do hunting shows. We do like flower and garden shows. Anywhere we can find someone that might need some nice waterproof boots.
There might be a crossover opportunity here with the post office. People like want the rain boots,
That's
especially
true.
the city
Yeah.
carriers that are walking around.
Yeah, we should
I
do
don't
a
know. Maybe
collab.
you could contract with the post office and produce for. I mean, that's a pretty big client.
I don't know. Well, they're gonna be kind of expensive because of they're not made in America, so there's gonna be these tariffs on these.
That's true.
True.
Well,
true.
Ireland, I don't think they gave them a bunch.
They did.
so-
They did slap a tariff on Europe, but not as much.
Oh, it was
not
Europe
as,
in general?
Not as high as China. Yeah.
Can we raise tickets on comedy show? Like raise prices on tickets for comedy shows?
Yeah.
because of tariffs. Be like, sorry, we got to pass the costs
No,
on
it's-
these.
Yeah.
It's only this podcast is going to cost you guys more. It's going to cost the price of a stamp,
Yeah.
73 cents.
Is that what stamps are now?
I think
I don't even
they're-
know. I don't even know what to call.
I don't either. I literally don't know. Today I saw it on Reddit, so that's where my knowledge is for the post office. It's where I get my postal news is Reddit, and I think one of the prices that they're gonna go up in July is like, why they do it twice a year. It's just do it more in January.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you want to like do it twice a year and confuse everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's stupid, but I don't know.
They go up twice a year.
Yeah, usually in I think January and then like July.
Okay.
And then we have these orange envelopes that we send out to people, and it's like they're expired.
Yeah, mine still says like 58 cents or whatever.
Well, yeah, mine's
whatever the
very
fuck, and
old,
then-
yeah.
They're all crossed off.
I've never gotten one of those.
Yeah, it's because you have a life. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Speaking of life, we were talking about comedy. I actually did comedy. Well, I don't know if you could call it comedy. But I attempted comedy last night. Went up to the Zone for the
Attempted
first time on
delivery.
a Tuesday.
How was that?
It was. I dug the vibe of it. It was. I felt really rusty, and my goal was just knock the rust off. I show on Saturday, so I was like, let me actually like get on stage, so I'm not like completely cold. But I dug the vibe. It's the exact opposite of the Thursday mic. Like the Thursday is like the main Zone
Yeah.
mic. I don't even know if people know that the Tuesday mic is happening. Like,
They do. They say it every Thursday.
I mean, they post and I mean, yeah, they say
They
it.
say
but,
it every Thursday.
But so it's literally me and 10 other comics and
Okay.
and Aaliyah's kids.
Nice.
And it was hilarious because there was this guy. It was his turn to come. I'm sorry, I forget your name, and you're probably not listening anyway. But he's a teacher, and he was like, it was his turn to go up, and he was like, "Look,
Talk about Matt Anthony.
yes, I
Yeah.
think so. I
Okay.
think so."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Look, I just don't feel comfortable going up with kids in the room." And I was like, have you seen their mother's set? and then like, so we finally convinced him, like, dude, it's fine. And then when Aaliyah went up, I was like, as she was walking up the stage, I was like, this is why your set was completely fine. And then she did not disappoint.
Nice.
She's actually about to record.
Did she say "fuck them kids"?
That's the least of what she said. With them in the room.
Yeah.
It was, she crushed. Like it was
Yeah.
like we were all dying laughing. She was hilarious. She's recording a special coming up soon.
Nice.
But anyway, I really dug the vibe. It was very different from like the Zone on Thursday, and I kind of feels show-ish.
Uh huh.
I mean, you get it's real quick, 3 minutes, but it feels like an audience. This felt more like workshopping.
Yeah.
Like, I literally took one joke and I was like, okay, I have 2 different versions of this joke. Tell me which one works better.
Yeah, that's
That is
cool.
fun
Like,
to do
a little more
sometimes.
laid back. How much time did you do?
It was very loose. Everyone was like, Manny was hosting. He's like, I don't know what time. And somebody was like 7. Somebody said 10. He was like, do somewhere between 7 and 10. I'll give you the light at 7. And then
that's
just
sick.
maybe start to wrap it up, and you can have until 10. So I don't know how much time I did. I bailed because I was just like taking a shit. I literally went up and started, and I was like, yeah, I'm just knocking the rust off some old stuff and trying some new stuff. And then I was like, I think I just explained open my comedy to a room full of fucking comics. But it was fun. I'd knocked the rust off some old stuff and tried a couple new ones, and then I was like, after a few, I was like, okay, that's weak. So it was useful. It was not like the positive ego boost that sometimes you want from an open mic or a performance, but it was useful in the fact that like you can. It's kind of a low pressure place to try stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did it once, and it was kind of the same, but it was just when I went up, there was 2 people in the room, so I don't know how much I really got out of it. But
well, I kind of asked around because I wasn't sure. I was like, I can actually get out on Tuesdays, so I was like, let me actually take the opportunity. But I wanted to make sure it was worth it, so I hit up a few people. And Jesse James Martin actually had some great advice that I wish I had taken. He was like, you just got to let it not get in your head because it's going to be dead. The comics who are there will talk to you in your set. I've had a few mixed experiences. If you have a set in mind, just want to practice. And he was just like, just lock in and hit your beats. And it definitely helps for muscle memory. Like, so just like be confident and do your thing. And I didn't. Like, I just, you know what I mean? I just like kind of like, it was silent. I didn't believe in any of the shit I was saying. I hate everything that I'm writing right now. So it's like, do you have that? Like, do you guys have that? Like, where you'll write stuff, and then like by the time you actually like go and try it, it's like, I hate this. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I think you, especially if you're trying something on stage for the first time, you want to be excited about it. Yeah, it makes a huge difference if you're excited about it. And like for me, I don't have a lot of time to sit down and like hash things out. So I like to take an idea I'm excited about, say it on stage, get it out of my system. And if I'm excited about it, it usually goes well. And then from there, like more ideas, like I'll go on stage with a premise. And then from there, I don't come up with a punchline on stage almost ever, but afterwards, when I listen back, then the ideas will start flowing. So, you want to be excited about it. I get what you're talking about. I get that if I'm working on an older joke and I start to say it, and like you can tell when your heart's not into it, and the audience can tell when your heart's not in it, and it's just like, what am I doing? Like I'm just saying words that I don't feel like saying, and you don't care to hear. So.
I literally said that last night on stage. I was just like, why am I still doing this? Like I was like,
as you're saying the words in your head, you're like, who cares?
And but that is a good spot to do it. To go up with kind of like, I kind of went up with some half-baked premises that just weren't there yet. And it proved it. So at least that was useful information. But
yeah. I feel like Mondays at POV is a good place to like try things. And like, of course, I'll go there thinking I'm going to try something new, and then there'll be like some audience members there, and I'll be like, oh shit! I want them to want to come back. I want it to be good, but I don't know. I'm on this roll now where like I got a new notebook, and I'm like, I'm only going to put things that I've never done at a show in this notebook.
Nice.
And I don't want to do anything that I've done at a show at a mic.
Now I have an empty notebook.
And so I have an empty notebook. Well, I know there's one page filled in the notebook, and I've just been doing that page every mic for the last 3 weeks. But I don't know. I just need to push myself to write new stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it does suck. I do like looking before you like start doing comedy, or when you first start doing comedy, you kind of look at like some of these like professionals, it's like, dude, how are they coming up with so much material? It's insane that they could do an hour a year or every 2 years. Like, it's unbelievable.
Right.
And then you're like, oh wait, no, that's all they do. It's like, no, I get it,
Right,
because
right.
they get to like, oh, this is funny. Maybe let me try this on stage. And then they do it that night. They get it out on stage that night. That was stupid. I'm not going to do that again. Or they get to try it again the next night. Or some people, the fucking an hour later.
Yeah.
Right.
And-
a bunch of spots in a night.
And like when you think about, I forget where I heard this. I don't know if it was on this podcast or a more reputable one, but an hour, that's just like 1 minute a week or something. Did I hear that on this podcast or from someone else?
no,
I don't think
unless
so.
we were quoting
Yeah.
somebody.
We definitely didn't do 1
Yes.
hour a week.
Yeah, but how many weeks are in a year? Like 70 some?
52.
52.
Okay, so like a minute a week is almost an hour.
Right,
And in a minute a week, you guys can
It
do
does
that.
feel more man.
That's
You're right.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. But you might, I got that new minute for next week and it'll bomb and then back to square one.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
It makes it sound more manageable for
Yeah.
Yes.
for sure. But
Well, except for you, because you got like a lot of one-liners, so that's like
yeah,
20 jokes a week.
but they're kind of
And to 20, that's crazy.
they're
It's
kind of
like
easier to come up
4
with.
or
But
5.
yeah, it takes several one-liners to come up with.
I don't know
minute.
why. Yeah, 20. That's crazy. How fucking fast are you telling jokes? Mitch
but
Hedberg on meth Hedberg.
But even though you're kind of one-liners, I feel like you stick to a theme. So sure, you might have a one-liner, but that probably opens up doors to like, okay, well, what else can I say about this? Like,
Yeah.
Right,
you have your
right.
chunks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think we should open ourselves up to like some constructive criticism. As our oldest listener, has this become insufferable? Like listening to me bitch about sandwiches and assassinations, or
No,
I'm so self-conscious that I feel like,
no, you are an excellent podcaster.
excellent is not the. You can't even say that with a straight face. So fuck off.
No. The reason I laughed is because I haven't seen you do stand up in so long but I know you're an excellent podcaster.
God damn it.
That was mean.
I guess I should start having fucking presidents on here. So.
Wait, what did you ask me? So the conspiracy stuff is interesting, and it's kind of surprising. I'm like, damn, he's really like deep in. He's like,
Well, I have all day to listen to like audiobooks and
Yes.
stuff like that. So like I'll just get into it. And
It makes you think.
and this is another thing is I just make it about me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to do that because
It's got to be about you a little bit.
I'm tired of making it about me. So about me.
What do you think of me?
What do you think of me?
exactly. But I'm not fly fishing for compliments. I feel like I need more brutal honesty and saying like, and maybe that's just me, like my self consciousness. But I feel like shut the fuck up about sandwiches and assassination. Like, I don't. Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all?
No, this is amazing. So the assassination stuff, I'm stoked on conspiracy theories. I don't really believe in any, I don't think, but it's fun to think about. And also
Well,
like,
define conspiracy.
yeah,
Sean,
exactly.
Sean made a really good point, like either last
Yeah, I
episode
do
or
believe it's some, yeah.
a couple episodes that like it gets lumped together.
Yeah.
Like JFK being murdered by the government and flat
Yeah,
Earth.
like
yeah,
it gets
it's different,
but
thing.
it's completely different
Yeah.
because anybody looking at any of the facts, like there's not the same amount of facts on the flat Earth side. Like,
No.
Yeah, yeah,
here is
there's
a
no
literal.
facts. Yeah,
here's
yeah.
a literal picture of
Yeah.
the flat Earth.
Yeah, yeah,
like so. I try to be real careful to not go like full tinfoil hat, but it's like there are so many facts, and it's still
yeah.
not like that's not the
Well, yeah, 'cause,
widely
like, I don't-
understood.
I mean, like when even probably 10 years after it happened, if you would have said like, "Oh yeah, these are the thing called the Tuskegee experiments," you'd be like, "Oh, what are you, a conspiracy
Yeah.
theorist?" It's like, no, they just gave black
and
people syphilis.
some conspiracies are real. Like some conspiracies are real. So
sure.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. I did
cool.
notice you've been not a lot. It was like 2 episodes you talked about.
Yeah, well, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Again, I'm just self-conscious and stuff. So
and then what else? The sandwiches is amazing. I
like
like
food in general.
You're
Like,
talking to a guy who cares about sandwiches more than I care about any people in my life. Like my relationship with people is just based on like, can I make a sandwich for them?
Yeah.
Can we eat a sandwich together? Can they introduce me to a new type of sandwich?
Banh mi, perhaps.
What's your favorite sandwich?
My favorite sandwich. So I'm a member of this group on Facebook called Hoagie Gurus.
Okay.
You should join. Do you like hoagies?
I do.
Have you ever eaten at like Hefty Lefties in York?
Not that one. Not.
Okay, you
I've
should
heard a
try
lot.
it. It's
He
really
said
good.
it's really good.
Have you?
Yeah,
Oh, it's fantastic.
Hefty Lefties is the darling of the Hoagie Gurus Facebook group. By the
Oh,
way.
really? Yeah. No, he's knocking it out of the fucking park.
Right up the street, Riverside Subs.
I gotta try them.
Is the best that I've had.
I will try. I'm gonna write that in my notes.
Do it.
There you go. There
You can
go.
hit them. You can hit that and the banh mi place in the same day. They're like right. They're right on opposite sides of the bridge. Yeah, they're like 30 seconds from. They're like a minute from each other.
What was that episode of Louis Bang Bang?
Yeah, exactly.
Bang Bang?
So I'm always on the quest. To answer your question, I'm always on the quest for the best Italian sub.
Okay.
I can get my hands on. And in Lancaster, it's a shame that I have to say this, but the best Italian sub is a chain. The best Italian sub that I've found in Lancaster personally is Primo's. Have you ever had Primo's?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Great. The Primo's Sharp Italian.
But it's like a local chain, right?
yeah. No, it's like Philly
One,
area.
one opened in New York and then went away.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well,
I didn't
how are they
realize it
going to
went
compete
away.
with Hefty Lefties? But
Well, I think they've been around for longer.
Yeah.
than-
But yeah, Primo's. Because there's other like sandwich shops and stuff in Lancaster that are good sandwich shops. But if my barometer is a good Italian hoagie, I got to burp now. Primo's is the one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Hefty Lefties is phenomenal. I don't get
So
the
freaking good.
They have
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just gonna talk about food.
I was just gonna say is what region? Like, is there sub? There's hoagie. There's like all the things. Like I've always
Yeah.
just said sub. I'm from Maryland.
I've
is
said
hoagie like? Is,
I've said sub and hoagie.
It's
I mean,
interchangeable.
I'm from Southern Chester County, which is basically Northeast Maryland. So
Okay.
I mean, hoagie sub, whatever.
Yeah, I
Okay,
always
fair
said
enough,
sub too. I
yeah.
never. I had to learn what a hoagie was. I'm like, so it's a sub, and they're like, well, it's a hoagie. It's like, all right.
Yeah. No,
Whatever you
I've always
say.
said both. It's fine.
I always
yeah.
just said sub.
Yeah.
I actually literally kind of thought hoagie was a different thing. Now, like, wait, so hero, that's the same thing also.
Hero, I've never said.
How does this happen? Well, and I guess I'm
regional. There's
I was
like
gonna say,
soda. There's pop. There's all that.
yeah,
like,
and I'm realizing I'm talking shit as if sub's the right answer, and it's like, oh wait, I'm just an asshole. Like I'm just ignore. Like it. What is this? What's a sub anyway?
I mean, subs really are heroes when you think about it. Like, you're hungry and it saves the day. It's a fucking hero.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like you like getting like smacked with like whips. Like a sub is a hero.
Oh,
Like I was thinking like Dom is not the hero. Obviously, subs are heroes. But now Hefty Lefties is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that it was like there was a lot of hype when he like opened it.
Deserves
I
hype.
was like, all right, like why is there so much? And no, it does deserve the hype. They're fucking. He has this. I know I said it on here before, but there's one called the Big Earl. It's fucking fantastic. It's so good. It has like the horseradish and then like onions. What is it? Prime rib with like a lot of onions and like Swiss. Is it Swiss cheese? Maybe you hate it because you hate Swiss cheese, but.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of I like can't even remember. I just remember what it tastes like.
Just get him the sandwich and tell him it's provolone, and he'll probably still like the sandwich.
no, I'll know.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he'll know. I hope he has a good enough palate to tell the difference. We
But yeah.
did. There's no way we're ever going to execute it, so I don't mind blowing it right now. But we thought about trying to like get you to like to sneak you some kind of Swiss cheese.
Oh,
Dish.
yeah. No, yeah. So we were gonna. So do you like mozzarella sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give you Swiss cheese, which sounds good.
You are blowing it, but we wanted to make you mozzarella sticks, but with Swiss cheese in
Yeah.
them, and just see what happened.
I might murder everyone in the room.
Well, all I'm saying is you should be skeptical of every mozzarella stick that shows up in front of you from now until the rest of your life.
Here's the thing: I would smell it immediately, and it wouldn't melt like properly. So
I beg to differ. If it's hot enough, it'll melt.
If it was deep fried, I bet it would melt.
Swiss actually
pretty well.
melts really well. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why you think it doesn't melt properly
it
compared
sort
to.
of does.
I mean, it's what's the worst one? The worst one's definitely not Swiss. It's
cheddar is kind of hard to melt.
Gouda is
honestly.
hard as fuck to
Yeah.
melt. Gouda
Yeah.
like doesn't. I mean, it takes so much.
But when it does melt,
I mean, it doesn't even have to melt. Gouda's fucking fantastic. This could be a food episode.
yeah. When I make sandwiches at home, my wife gets mad at me because it takes so long because it's like I want it to be perfect. I want to make sure like the bacon touches the mayonnaise, but I want to make sure the tomatoes also touch the mayonnaise because those two things taste better.
Oh
when
man,
the
I
mayonnaise
can't wait for BLTs.
Yes, BLT season is coming.
I owe you tomatoes, don't I? We talked about this.
You don't know. I have my own tomatoes.
Oh, okay, you grow tomatoes.
Yeah,
Nice.
goddamn right
Maybe
I do.
somebody else. I owe somebody tomatoes.
I have. I've been growing a lot of. So right now on my porch, I made like a little greenhouse thing on my porch to get
You seeding or
yeah.
whatever?
So I've got a bunch of greens, which we're probably gonna keep all those because we feed them to our bunny. But I'm gonna probably have extra eggplants. Do you guys eat eggplants?
Yeah.
I might give you some eggplant
Oh, yeah.
seedlings once I see what comes up. So
Yeah, we have a bunch.
Do you eat eggplants?
Yeah.
Would you grow some? Do you have a garden?
No. Well, we kind of sort of did out back.
Yeah.
But we more had like herbs.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Herbs
And
are
then
herbs are necessary.
We have a lot of stray cats, and they would use it as a bathroom, so we
Yes.
stopped eating those herbs.
Gotcha.
It's
yeah.
like, this little
Shouldn't
fucker
have
just pissed on my basil.
Shouldn't have put catnip in there.
We have cats too, but we just wash the herbs before we cook with them. So.
Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff. She's growing like a ton of things right now. It's like starting a bunch. We have a ton of because like we love Cherokee purple tomatoes.
Yeah, bangers.
and we have. I think we have like I don't know 10 plants now.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot of just like we have.
Do you like can them and stuff for the winter or?
We do some. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have plenty. We have a bunch of canned like tomatoes from
Yeah.
like years ago.
Okay.
We get we get a lot of tomatoes.
We're like I think too lazy to can. We used to can when my wife's mom lived in the area, but she moved back to New York, so we just eat them all. I have a couple of dishes where you can just use a lot of tomatoes.
Yeah, we usually have like way too many to even
Yeah.
come like. There's no way we could eat them all, so we can a lot of them. But
When you're traveling around, do you make it a point to like seek out like cool spots, like in the area?
So I used to do that more. I would always like seek out like a interesting restaurant or food or whatever.
follow what's it called? Triple D, diners, drive-ins, and
Oh
dives.
no! I should actually do my own. I don't because I've eaten at some interesting places, but comedy has kind of ruined that a little bit because like I work so hard and then I want to find like what Mike is in town, and so I end up eating like
The food's like an afterthought.
I end up eating like shitty bar food or whatever. The one Mike in Columbus, Ohio, they have like there's like a little like window that has empanadas. I think they're empanadas. Oh no. They have crunch wraps. You know the crunch wrap at Taco Bell?
That's sick.
Right.
It's like a crunch wrap place that's not Taco Bell, and they just like sell different crunch
It's
wraps.
just Taco Bell. There's a place. It's this Mexican place. It's a chain. It's really good. It will make you shit yourself, but
Yeah. So since
they got this Mountain Dew. Can't get it anywhere else.
so
No, yeah, we've made like the crunch wraps at home.
Yeah.
because you basically like we'll do the crunch wrap's the triangle one, right? I don't.
It's like more of an octagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I've never gone to Taco Bell, so I don't know. But we would make crunch wraps, and I think it was crunch wraps, but we would basically take a tortilla and then section off 4 sections.
Okay.
One section's I think empty. Then you put like the meat and cheese in one, and then lettuce, tomato in one, and then like I forget the other ingredients in the other one, and then you cut it. You cut one of them, and then you fold it over,
Okay.
fold it over,
Yeah.
and then you grill it in like the frying pan with butter.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a so it's like a quesadilla. Yeah, it's basically, I think it's ripping off a Crunch Wrap, but it's not the same because that would be a pain in the ass to do 8. So you just do 4 and it's easier to
Yeah.
Right.
But it's so good. I mean, it's just like hot and it's like a quesadilla. It's hard on the outside and it's God, why do we always talk about fucking food?
I used to before I did stand up and I was traveling, I would have more meals. Like I remember one time I went to like some restaurant and I had like foie gras ice cream.
Oh,
That's
really
wild.
Yeah, it was wild.
That's so crazy.
And then also you always want to find like the local cuisines. So like down in Texas, like there's amazing Tex-Mex like everywhere. Like in gas stations, you can have the best burrito you've ever had. And like, you know, if coastal areas, I'll seek out like good seafood places. Even though they're probably not like getting the fish from that water, but there's good, but there's good seafood place. Yeah. So
you ever have Maine lobster?
Yes.
Nice.
Not
is
in
it
Maine.
better? Oh.
I've had Maine lobster in Massachusetts.
Oh, well, that's kind of close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, it's good.
That's fair.
Oh shit. That's actually when I was up there, the McDonald's in New England had lobster roll
That's
on the
insane.
menu. Yeah. I was
What
like,
the fuck
yeah.
was that like?
It tasted like lobster roll.
I was gonna say I don't know if I want a McLobster. That sounds wild. I don't know.
McLobster.
They're probably just farmed lobsters, but
Because I think some down in Maryland had crab cakes every once in a while. I was like, do I trust a crab
That's
cake? I don't.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
but it is regional, so it's not like, you know, if they had crab cakes everywhere, then it'd be like definitely subpar. But if they're only doing them in Maryland, then like probably all right.
True.
I don't know.
Just covered in
I'm
old
so
bag.
hungry. I think you guys talk about food so much because you do this podcast at dinner time.
Well, I've always already eaten whenever we do the podcast. So
You've either already eaten or you haven't eaten for 3 days.
right. And I eat dinner at midnight like a goblin in the dark. So
My wife's picking up Taco Bell for me on her way home from, so I'll
Nice.
have Taco Bell when I get home.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
this is probably like a tired subject that every podcast has, but death row meal.
Death row
Shit.
meal.
I've never heard this on a podcast.
Cool. That's right. We're original here on on Attempted
Death row
Delivery.
meal. So like what, the meal that Death Row Records would eat, or I didn't make the joke. I could have made the joke and I chose not to. It's called the High Road.
I just would want some of my favorite. You
curious.
just want your favorite stuff, right? Like, so.
Yeah, so it's like it's literally your last meal before you go to the chair. So like you can request anything you want.
Yeah.
There's a lot of famous ones that
Are you supposed
that are
to
real
do
goofy.
specific, or are you supposed to just like general, like a cuisine or like a type of food, or like
No,
literally, or it
specifics.
can be anything like this. Oh
Anything.
shit!
Yeah, anything specific.
Dang, it would either be Mapo Tofu from Yipin on Columbia Avenue, or some good Uncle Henry's hard pretzels, some buttered noodles.
Buttered noodles. That's the whitest fucking answer I've ever heard.
Yeah, just give me some buttered noodles.
Man, I haven't had buttered noodles in I actually really like, because we always did that growing
with
up.
like the egg noodles,
Fuck
like
yeah.
the
Yes.
like the yeah.
The same noodles you would make like tuna noodle casserole with.
I don't know.
I know we always did that.
Yeah, we had like the Pennsylvania Dutch like egg noodles that like just like look like little rectangles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. We always did them with.
And you got to brown the butter.
Yes, I mean that is better, but
Yeah.
we didn't always. When growing up, we did. Now
Yeah.
I would. Now I brown butter pretty much in everything, just because I like it better. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like. But what did you said about I the first thing that popped into my head is like a burrito from Mexitali, just so I can shit all over the executioner.
God, maybe it would be.
But also, it would be like I'm probably going to be in the mood for that.
Maybe it would be
It's a win-win situation.
Right.
Kyle style Trinity Destroyer from Robberitos.
Trinity Destroyer.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Trinity Destroyer is.
So
I know
the
Kyle style.
so Trinity they'd have pork, chicken, and steak.
Oh, word.
And then Destroyer is
So you
like
don't
the
go-
size.
you don't-
Yes.
you don't go
Destroyer
full
is like
blast?
this one size down from a toddler.
You don't go full blast.
What's full blast?
I think it's all the meats and potatoes.
Jesus Christ.
You
I've never had full blast.
Oh shit! I've never heard of. What did you say? The
Trinity Destroyer.
I've never heard
yeah.
that.
It's so funny.
But yeah, full blast is just.
Oh shit! This
All
is
the-
actually
all the
really
meats and the
valuable
potatoes.
because we're learning.
Yeah. The
we're
secret
learning
menu.
the secret menu Roberitos. Are they opening
to
one?
people listening outside of this area are like, I don't give a fuck about your local burrito place.
No,
You do give a fuck about our local
come
burrito
here.
place.
Come to York County. Go to Roberitos and come to a POV show in Lancaster. And
You said you never went to. You got to go to Mexitali and have a burrito.
Yeah, I need to. Where are they?
York. What's it called? On Market Street. It's
I
right
see.
by. Do you know where Lowe's and Home Depot is?
Yeah, the
Right
2240
there.
East Market Street. Yeah,
You know the address. Oh yeah, 2240. What are you, a mailman?
no, it's on the can.
Actually, that reminds.
All right.
Remind me to remember that
Okay.
in a minute about Market Street. I'll explain. I'll
Okay.
explain. But I've seen a lot of these things where it's like death row inmates and like crazy like requests. This one isn't that crazy, but Timothy McVeigh of the Oklahoma City bombing fame.
Oh, it's what they did. I thought you meant like it was you were about to say famous people that said their death row meals.
No, like this was his death row. Like he was
crazy.
executed. So like his was he just
Bombs
wanted
children.
two pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, hell yeah.
2 pints. Wow. Okay.
I don't blame him.
So that's not crazy. This one, Victor.
I mean, if that's his last
Figler.
meal, that is kind of crazy. It's like, yeah, I'm glad they killed him. Mint chocolate chip.
I mean, it depends on the brand.
Clearly a lunatic.
Right.
Yeah, but if your last meal, that's your favorite thing. Okay, that's fair.
two-
No,
two pints of ice
I'm
cream?
judging. No, it's not fair.
This other, I'm not going to say these names because no one cares and no one will remember. But this one guy requested a single olive with a pit.
That's weird.
That is really weird. That's like, what are you doing, bro?
Why wouldn't you at least just have a few?
Why wouldn't you at least have like
Well, this
a martini to put it in?
It was symbolic. He hoped the pit request a single olive with a pit. He hoped the pit would grow into a tree, symbolizing peace. Instead, they found the pit in his suit pocket during his burial. Talk about planting seeds of hope. Let's see.
It's unsettling.
Velma
Brought down the mood. a little bit.
Barfield, known as Velma Barfield, known as the Death Row Granny, chose a bag of cheese doodles and a can of Coke.
Wait, cheese doodles is a real thing?
Yeah,
didn't-
actually,
I
it
actually
is
didn't
cheese
know.
doodles.
No shit. I had no idea cheese. I thought cheese doodles was just like a generic thing you called cheese puffs or whatever.
Yeah.
Some guy named James Edward Smith requested a clump of dirt.
What the fuck?
Unfortunately, dirt wasn't on the menu, so he settled for yogurt instead.
Why wouldn't they give him dirt? What are they? Come on, don't be inhumane.
No, we
We're
don't
about
wanna
to
give you-
kill you. We're
We're
about
not
to
gonna.
end your
You
life.
have to have. We have to give you the nutrition.
Well, I guess
Fucking Michelle Obama said you had to
They
have
have
an
to-
apple and you can't just have a pile.
they
of
can't
dirt.
set a precedent of people asking for something that's not food, because then next thing you know, someone's gonna be like ass or something.
Yeah, but who finds out about it? You know what I mean? It's not like they.
Yeah, the people watching.
setting
There's
a
always
pre-
people
setting a
watching.
precedent.
Sickos.
Gary Carl Simmons Jr. requested a 29,000 calorie feast.
Jesus.
His order included pizza, Doritos, McDonald's fries, strawberry shakes, plural, and ice cream. He didn't finish it, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through all these, but
That's
it's just
funny.
Yeah.
What would yours be?
I feel like I would
Sushi,
want.
Probably. You'd have a smorgasbord.
Yeah, I feel like it
So
would
if
have
that's
to be
if that's
a
on the
little
menu, if it can't just be one thing, if you
Right.
can get a bunch of things,
Yeah, like, it
I'm
would be
going
like-
hard.
sushi, ramen, pizza.
Nothing Greek, huh?
No, I would definitely do some Greek.
He's getting there.
you
Give him a
thought,
couple minutes.
you thought I was done. That's adorable. I'd kind of want like all the Greek stuff.
Yeah.
Like the grape leaves, pasticcio. Like I think I'd want all the Greek stuff. Yeah, a ton of Asian stuff.
Oh man, honey puffs. The Greek honey puffs.
Yep.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I mean, oh man, I don't even know how I would be so.
Wait,
like,
are the honey puffs? Are they just like a little ball covered in honey?
There are a bunch of little like honey puffs.
They're
and
like
really
donut-ish.
Yes, they're kind of like Greek donuts, and they're basically like honey sauce with almonds,
I think so. Yeah.
with crushed almonds.
Jordan almonds?
The real
No,
small
no, no.
puffy ones, like they're like They're interesting. I actually don't know how they do that.
So at
How they do
my
the almonds.
at my
Are they walnuts?
at my Italian in-laws
Probably almonds. I'm not sure, actually. I'm a bad Greek.
And
I'm
my
only half
Italian
Greek, so I only
in-laws-
half know everything.
at holidays, they always have a big plate of like these little balls covered in honey, and I'm wondering if that's it.
Could be.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
always
they're, like,
get them.
very
They always
fluffy.
get them like at a place in the Bronx, so they're probably Greek.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be an
it sounds
Italian
about
thing.
that.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
everyone in that area copies each other. So
I was going to
think-
say a lot of those fuckers fight over that stuff, so you got to watch out.
Yeah, then they all copy. Each
I remember
other.
you were fighting with a supervisor once about if what baklava was Egyptian or Greek.
Yeah, he was Egyptian, and he like brought baklava that his
Yeah.
wife made, and I was like, "Oh yeah, baklava, it's Greek." And he's like, "No, this is Egyptian." I'm like, "It's Greek." He's like, "No, it's baklava. We invented this." And I was like, "We invented Egypt."
Yeah, and
I don't think he liked me saying that.
we named it Egypt.
Yeah, or like great. Like a lot of people have grape leaves. Oh, grape
Right.
leaves are so freaking.
Right.
I don't think I've ever had grape leaves.
Really?
Yeah,
Not even from the Greek food festival?
they don't have them there.
Yeah, they do.
I don't get them. I guess
Really?
I just get gyros or what's it called? We mostly get the gyros. A lot of times that we don't get any. Oh, wait, I get the spanakopita. It's fucking fantastic.
Right.
And it's like, that's the shit because that stuff is such a pain in the ass to make. It's like, no, I'll just get it from the Greek Fest.
Right. Yeah, grape leaves are a pain to make, so like it's
Oh, I got to
If you
get
get
those.
them- yeah,
I
yeah.
will get those next time.
or it'll say dolmades on the
Okay.
on the menu or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll text Lori that right now.
She's like, I know, I've made them before. Like,
She might have.
yeah,
Dude, yeah, I'd have to do like a weird smorgasbord of a bunch of shit. Pizza, 100% would be on it. I might do 2 different kinds of pizza from 2 different places, and then like burrito. Fuck, yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Big Earls from Hefty Lefties while we're talking about it. God, I'm so hungry.
let me get us off food. Like, oh my god, we're an hour in.
I
like
feel
we
so
pulled
bad
this up.
for the listeners that we're just talking about food.
and a lot of local places that they'll never even.
Is this my fault? No.
No.
All right. Good.
I'm sure
this
it's
is
not.
Damien's fault.
You've
Oh no,
listened-
you asked about sandwiches. That's how we got on this. Yeah.
I was so
You just
self-conscious,
can't-
and I
I'm
was
just
like,
blaming you.
I was trying to get some constructive criticism.
Okay, what do you want me to
we ended up
criticize?
talking about the shit that
You are an
always talk about.
excellent podcast host,
Stop right
and you are York County's Prince of Darkness.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness.
I do like that at least. But let me speaking of Prince of Darkness, let me get us off food. And in comedy news,
He loves bats.
bat soup.
Is that an old enough reference for you guys?
bat soup?
Bat soup.
COVID 20. So Spinal Tap 2 is coming out.
Oh,
Do you know about this?
No, I don't know about this.
I don't even know what Spinal Tap is.
You what?
Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
is that-
You've
It's a
talked about
band,
this before.
isn't it?
Yeah. It's a movie. It's a band in a movie. Yeah.
It's a band in a... Oh, so I'm not
Yeah.
completely wrong
It's like a
about
mockumentary
Right.
kind of thing. Have you ever seen A Mighty Wind?
that. I
No.
got really depressed.
Have
I just
you
saw
seen
something
Mighty
about-
Wind?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You're talking about
A Mighty.
I didn't even need to let him answer. I was like, no, he has not seen that movie.
A Mighty Wind is the folk Spinal Tap, basically.
Right.
1984. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was told to watch this movie
Yeah.
Yes.
a bunch of times.
So Spinal Tap 2.
Spinal Tap 2, yeah. It's called, it's subtitled The End Continues.
That's perfect.
So it's mockumentary. It's going to be directed by Rob Reiner, so that's awesome. Rob Reiner is Meathead in All in the Family. Michael,
Okay.
the son with the...
Yes.
Yeah, so he directed Stand By Me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you know that movie.
Yes.
okay.
I don't even remember it, but I know it's a
Right. It's
Stephen
based
King
on
movie.
yeah. But all the same people are reprising their roles in the band. Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer, who also does a ton of Simpson voices. Michael McKean's actually on in the Glenn Ross
Okay.
with
Bill Burr.
with Bill Burr. But it's I don't know. It's pretty.
That
pretty,
sounds
it's,
very funny and right on par with like a sequel to that movie because it's about 80s bands and that's like what they're all doing. They're all doing like farewell tours for the ninth
It's good
time.
timing, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
one
it's
of the,
the only timing because pretty soon.
they're all gone.
it's one of the best comedy movies
It's great.
of all time.
I gotta see that.
You definitely have to see that one, and then it's going to be released on September 12th.
Sick.
This
Oh
year?
shit, Fran Drescher's back in it. She was in the first one.
Okay.
Brad Williams is in it. That's going to be
Oh,
fun.
that's sick.
Paul Schaefer's in it. I don't recognize a lot of the names.
Paul Schaefer, Canadian guy.
Yeah,
He's like the music guy.
from David Letterman. He was the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't
yeah.
even know that. I just know he's like a music dude.
right. Paul McCartney, Elton John, Garth Brooks, Questlove, Trisha Yearwood, Chad Smith, and Lars Ulrich are planned to appear as themselves.
As themselves.
Yeah. That's
Interesting.
So,
2 drummers?
well, I mean, it's just a music movie.
Oh, so they'll
It's
just
such
be
like there's a
cameos.
whole lot of like inside baseball stuff too, with like being in a band and like
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. But I don't know. The first one was one of the best comedies of
Yeah.
all time. So I have a lot of high hopes for this one. Like,
Yeah.
especially with a lot of people complaining that there's like no comedy movies coming out.
Uh-huh.
It's like there are. It's just like no movies are doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually
You know.
like read about this recently. It's like it is social media's fault to an extent where basically like people were able to put out comedy content that like through the algorithm is be able to fill like very niche comedy tastes.
True, yeah.
Where
That's a good
yeah, so everyone has such niche like comedy tastes now, where it used to be like this is a funny
This is
movie
the
and everyone
comedy.
thinks it's a funny movie
Right,
because it's
right.
the only funny movie.
Yeah.
And now it's just like
anything that's not an action movie or like a fucking cultural like phenomenon is doing well as a movie.
like
so
I'm stoked they're doing like a new Happy Gilmore movie.
Right,
That's
right,
been
right.
announced. I'm stoked for
but
that.
that's also unfair because that's like a fucking. Of course, that's gonna be good. And
Yeah.
also, Adam Sandler doesn't.
Of course that's gonna be good. You already know.
Adam Sandler just doesn't miss. You know what I mean? It's
I
like
know.
it
Even
but
like
it's also probably not going to do well in the theaters
no.
if it
yeah.
even gets in the theaters.
Right.
Like he's been doing nothing but on Netflix,
It
right?
might go straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
damn, and
know.
I'll never get to watch it because we just canceled Netflix because they raised their prices.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh well.
Thanks, Obama.
They played 3 administrations ago.
It's just like I don't understand that with streaming services either because it's just like, I mean, I guess they need the money to make content, but which is going to get more expensive because of tariffs. But if they just made
Well,
their
will it? That
booms,
probably shouldn't be affected, right? It's all in America.
I mean,
Unless they keep buying like Korean.
they're not
films.
making these microphones in America.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I
But it's just like people were buying. You have the file.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't
Yeah,
cost
yeah.
you anything extra to put the file out there
mean,
to more people.
The more you
Right.
hear about how expensive shit is to film,
Yeah.
it's like so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, when you just like when
Yeah,
they're
it is
talking about it,
crazy.
it's like, dude, this is unbelievable that anything could ever cost that much money. It's
Yeah.
like not even like crazy. It's not even like
it is insane.
Like I understand like the special effects and like the crazy setups. That's like all right. I see why that costs. What some of them are like $10 million. It's like I don't even know what that means.
that is insane to me. Like it doesn't feel like even like the most expensive movie in the world like
Should cost
if
that much.
if I didn't know anything and I was to guess, I'd be like, oh, would that like
$1 million.
$400,000? Like I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, there's movies like hundreds of millions.
It's
so
that cost
crazy.
me. But then nobody takes chances on anything anymore. Like Clerks, that budget was like nothing in the realm of Hollywood, but he's had a lifelong career from that movie. Like, and it has a loyal following.
But
like,
he probably doesn't. He also probably doesn't have like fuck you money the way like Ben Affleck does. You know what I mean? Like, and Ben Affleck didn't even make the movie, so God knows what that Universal Studios has their kind of money. Like, so it's
right,
like.
I mean, he's doing pretty well. I mean, he's has like,
Hopefully, he deserves to have all the money, but
right. I hate the idea of algorithms so much.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like because it feels like it's like reductive to everybody. Like music wise, like I think we both are all like a wide variety of music. Like I like Pantera and Tori Amos and Mobb Deep, who couldn't be further from each other.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Those are all kind of fucking fuck you artists. Like, you know what I mean? They all have that. That makes sense.
Fair enough.
Sure, yeah.
But like, I feel like nowadays, like I might not have ever like heard of one, or like they might not come into my orbit if, like, say I listen to one and then the algorithm is only feeding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes,
that's one example, but
it makes you have to like do extra work.
Yeah.
You have to do even more work.
And to be fair,
to
like
discover
when
shit.
and to be fair, like when we were growing up and we just had the radio, that was just bullshit. Like whatever they just played the same 40 songs over and over. Right. So you had to go out there and someone had to show it to you, or you had to like go see it, or I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
It's still like a lot of music I get is something that people share, and I find, and honestly, I'll give Spotify a little bit of credit. Like sometimes, like the more stuff you search and like listen to on there, sometimes they do recommend some stuff based on your listening habits. They're like, oh,
well,
shit,
they do recommend shit, especially because my shit's like weird because I listen to Taylor Swift, and then like Avenged Sevenfold, and then like so I listen to shit that people tell me to listen to. So I'll listen to like shit that I never would, like hardcore shit. I was talking to Matt Joseph a couple weeks ago. He like told me a couple like Turnstile. I've never heard of them. They're like an older punk band.
Yeah.
You were about to say they were at Phantom Power?
No, I said they rip.
Oh, they rip. I thought you said they were at, and then I looked and you didn't keep talking. I'm like, where were they? But like just like shit like that. So like mine's I'll listen to like Nightwish a couple times. I mean, it starts giving me some crazy European metal, and I'm like, no, I only like that one. You can relax a little bit. Like I don't like all this.
Yeah, like I played metal, but I only like a small select few metal bands. Yeah. So I don't want all the metal. Like, you know.
Yeah, it sucks because I like a little bit of like everything.
Exactly.
And it really like I try to like other stuff. Like I really do. There's a few bands that I've tried so many times to like, and I'm like, I just fucking don't like it. And I like Tool. I fucking have all the respect in the world for those dudes, but it doesn't resonate with me.
Right. I get that.
I just don't know.
I do like them, but I understand it's not accessible for everyone. Like, and no,
I like
music,
weird.
no music
like
is.
Shit.
I never got into Tool, but like I don't think that's their fault. Like I just it just didn't click.
And I'm waiting for the day that I like it.
Yeah,
because I mean,
probably do like it. I just haven't spent enough time listening.
I shouldn't say like it. I like it, but I'm waiting for the day for it to like hit home. Because I remember years ago I didn't like System of a Down really. I kind of liked a couple of their hits, but like now, like literally last year I discovered them, and it's like they might be one of my top 10 bands.
They rule.
I fucking love System of a Down.
A big problem for me with Tool and System of a Down is the kids in school who liked Tool and System of a Down were kids that
the fans of things can turn you off of the
it was like someone in a Tool shirt. I was like, oh, they're wearing a Tool shirt because they are a Tool. That was like the big joke. And then like the kids who liked System of a Down we're just
Armenian. We hate those people.
They were all smarter than me, and they made me feel stupid. So I didn't like System of a Down until after I got away from those kids. But
that's really fun.
That does feel like a very Maynard James Keenan thing, the lead singer of Tool. That feels like a very Maynard thing. Is let's call ourselves Tool, so all the people wearing our merch will just like literally be branded Tool. Like that feels like a very Maynard thing.
Yeah. Also, that's probably a dated insult. Like I don't think people call people tools anymore. But
we should bring that back.
Yeah, we should bring that back because it fits.
I don't even fully know what it means, really.
I think it means kind of what you're describing. Like you are like, of course you like that. You're a Tool. Like I don't even know. It kind of changes depending on what. Like so, I think anybody could be a Tool
I think Beavis and Butthead actually like that. I think that was the first time I heard that as an insult. It was like, here's
So let's name everyone in the local comedy scene who's a tool.
All right. Kyle Ziegler.
Yes, I actually am
we
the biggest tool.
well, we don't have that much time left, so we should name everyone who's not a tool.
Okay.
In the interest of brevity. I'm kidding.
Not a tool.
I'm kidding. I was
I don't
Can't
there's
think of any. If you do open mic comedy, you are a tool.
A side note, at the Zone last night, it was very funny. And it's kind of an inside thing. But as I was leaving, I just hit the bathroom because, you got like half an hour drive home or whatever. And I walk in and there's a guy and his girlfriend. He's at a urinal and she's just hanging out right next to him. And I just overhear the conversation and he's like, why are you filming? I should be filming you. It's your birthday or whatever. And then some guy
Beat her ass.
well, an employee came in and kicked them out. And he was like, the guy was like, don't hold it against her. It's her birthday or whatever. And, I didn't say it, but I thought it was like, they are pretty sensitive about women being in the men's bathroom at the Zone. I don't know if you know the story.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone does. I think it has since been not debunked, but I think everyone's cool now. It kind of played out on Facebook a little bit.
Basically, because I wasn't there and I never spoke on it, and
we did have some of the Zone people here, and we did talk about it. But then, like shortly thereafter, kind of on Facebook, kind of like it kind of worked out. The woman kind of spoke up and was like, nothing happened.
So someone involved with that is like my boy, like my best friend.
Okay. We don't need to say any names.
And I remember seeing that play out on Facebook, and they're also my neighbors. They live behind me, so like we hung out all the time. And she did go comment on the post and just kind of like put it to rest. She was like, all this is bullshit. Like whatever. Like I was drunk, couples fight, whatever. Like yeah. Right. But anyway.
But I just thought it was hilarious that like I walked in, there's like a woman there. I was like, wait a minute,
that's immediately where my mind went.
No.
I was like,
It's happening again. Just run out.
Right. And the guy was very quick to come in and kick them out. So.
Yeah.
The other night we leaving. Never mind. Talk about whatever you were going to talk about.
I was going to bring up. We were talking a lot about music. This is pretty exciting. I don't know if you're a fan, but we've talked about him, and if I'm smart enough to figure out my phone, this was pretty cool news. Hip hop icon Nas will perform Illmatic this summer with the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
It's about 20 years after Jay-Z did it with an orchestra, but no, it's fine.
Yeah, again, Nas will do it better.
Nice.
I hate when you save a post and then it just saves the picture. Oh, no, there we go.
That's weird.
So this was a Baltimore Sun article, which probably won't let me see the article without a fucking paywall.
It's amazing they could afford to go without that exposure.
Season 5 of The Wire, Baltimore Sun. But yeah, this summer, rap artist Nas will become the first big-name hip-hop musician to perform with the BSO in the group's 109-year history. I can't see the article, but I just thought that is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Are you going?
That's sick as fuck.
I might actually.
That would be amazing. Tickets are probably gonna be like $500.
Wait, so he's touring nationally or just in Baltimore?
It sounded like it was just in Baltimore, but I don't know.
An orchestra is a lot of people to bring on the road.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cut into your profit margin pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to travel like Iron Maiden with a fucking airplane, a 747 full of people instead of stage equipment.
Let me see if there's an article I can actually...
Yeah, that would be really sick.
Performing the Illmatic,
just front to back,
iconic
that's dope
album.
As fuck.
That sounds amazing.
Let's see.
God, that would be a sick experience.
Marking 3 decades since the acclaimed 94 release of Illmatic, Nas and the BSO will bring the album's iconic tracks to life with full orchestral arrangements. Yeah.
They'll probably release it as a live album.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well capitalize on it.
That'd be
yeah,
pretty sick.
I would hope they would.
You might as
just
well have the tape rolling on that one.
Okay, tickets ranging from $75 to $300 are available at the BSO's website and the Joseph Meyerhoff. So they're playing at the Meyerhoff, which I've seen. I don't remember if I saw music or a play there or something, but it's one of the famous Baltimore. It's not the Hippodrome where Chris Rock did his special, but the Meyerhoff. It's just a symphony. Oh, well, I guess where the BSO
okay.
plays.
So it'd be like a theater, or what's it called? What is it called?
A theater?
Well, yeah, but shut up. No, isn't there called something?
It's Joseph Meyerhoff Symphony Hall.
Symphony Hall? Is that what I'm thinking of? Like a orchestral hall or something? Yeah, I was thinking there was a specific.
It's July 23rd.
Auditorium.
Auditorium, like a high school.
This
July 20th?
Yeah, July 23rd.
Okay.
And this was updated yesterday. That shit might be sold out by now.
I mean, yeah, it's hard telling.
Yeah. But that, I don't know. I just saw that and I was like, oh, that is going to be sick.
That's pretty sick. Yeah.
July 23rd?
Yeah.
On a Wednesday? That's random.
Guess we'll have to record the pod on Tuesday then.
Yeah.
Or we can record on the way down and the way back.
Yeah.
By then, we'll probably start recording on Tuesday anyway.
True.
I mean, we better. I mean, I'm kind of planning on by our anniversary starting to post a video. So
Yeah, for sure.
so we have a month. I got a month to get my shit together.
I feel like I commandeered a lot of the first part of this episode. What do you guys got going on comedy wise? Like, any cool shows coming up? Any fun things happened recently?
Well, speaking of, you have a show this weekend in wherever that is.
Oh yes, Limerick, PA.
There he goes, commandeering more of the episode.
You did this. I was trying to put it on you guys.
Where is Limerick, PA?
It's out towards Philly. It's somewhere in between like Pottstown and Philly. Like it's out towards that way.
Yeah, I see.
It's in a fire hall, and I have this joke. You know it, the golf joke, but then it goes into the second part that like is firefighter adjacent, and I don't. This is one of those struggles where it's like, do you try to not piss off the audience, or do you take the risk? Like I try to think like what would Stanhope? Stanhope would tell the joke.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have the balls.
Well, you could tell the joke, and then if it bombs, just be like, "Fucking, I knew that wasn't gonna work here in a fire hall," or lean into it.
Yeah,
Steer into the skid.
It's slightly egregious in that like I could see why people would be hurt by it, but that's not the intention of the joke.
Yeah.
But the joke is so good that like
if the joke's good, just do it. And
yeah. But my
and do it with confidence. Like, just do it and do it with confidence, and I feel like you'll be fine.
I don't. Some things people are like super sensitive about.
Yeah.
So like
I don't know the joke, so
I'll tell you after.
They die in the joke.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you after, and maybe you can give me. I think you've seen me do it, but like I'll tell you after, and like maybe you can give me a sense. The two sides, like I want to do it so bad, but then like I don't know. There's probably a lot of places to bury a body out in Limerick, PA. So I'm like,
yeah, probably.
But anyway, enough of me. What do you guys have going on?
What do you got going on, Dick and Sheets?
This weekend, nothing, but next weekend I'll be hosting at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. I'll be hosting for Brandon Lejeune and Galen Nash.
Nice.
And I actually have to...
Damn, you didn't even have to look at the names.
No, I didn't.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
No, because I opened for them before.
Oh, okay.
So
okay. Awesome.
I know them,
Hell yeah.
and then also
Hell yeah.
I might be going to Philly with them Saturday
Hell
during the day
Hell yeah.
to go get cheesesteaks
Oh, hell yeah.
because they don't have a car.
Oh, shit. Wow. they can probably find a decent cheesesteak without having to drive all the way to Philly.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say
It's probably like a we need to go to Philly thing. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
like that might be their next stop.
yeah,
or
they're gonna
whatever.
pick up some drugs there.
no,
was
I
gonna
think
say,
they're not. No, they're next stop.
Riverside Subs up the street. Is
Yeah, I was
getting
gonna say.
cheesesteaks.
Yeah, they'll fly in, so I'm sure that's not why.
You're
But,
just their chauffeur, kind of.
yeah, I gotta actually. They don't know. He asked me, and I was like, yeah, I can make sure I'm off, and then I never answered him. So
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
But
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I'll be at the Comedy Zone Friday and Saturday night.
Sick.
And then after that, I think the weekend after that, I'll be at Harding, PA.
Where's that?
Don't know, I forget. North. It's north. I think
Okay.
it's like northwest slightly. It's like up by. It's further away than Carlisle.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
yeah. But we'll talk about that again next week. So
Awesome. Hell yeah.
yeah.
What you got going on?
April 25th, I'm doing a Don't Tell in Lexington, Kentucky.
God,
If you have
damn.
any listeners in Kentucky,
Nice. I think we do.
okay.
we have several scattered around around the states.
So
How did
yeah,
you get an adult Cattell in Kentucky?
I'm gonna be down there to sell fancy rain boots. So
That's really funny.
and then May 4th, I'm gonna host at Telus for a POV show. This lady Jessica Levin, she's really funny.
Nice.
She I guess I can't say, but she's working out her hour. She's a comic at the New York Comedy Club, and she's coming and doing a POV show on that Sunday. So that's not announced yet, but just if you follow POV comedy, you'll see when that's announced. It's going to be a really good show. And then we've got oh shoot. I'm an asshole. Rashid. Rashid Wesley is opening up that show too,
Oh, nice.
and he's super funny.
Yes. You are an asshole for not remembering that.
I know. Thank you. It was like great.
So it's you
cut that.
Rashid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And then May 15th, I've got a show in at Bethany Beach. If you have any friends down at Bethany
Damn.
Beach,
Okay. Delaware.
yeah, and that's with Charles Baynard, and it's at like a rum bar called Zoka.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I got going on.
Hell yeah.
We didn't even talk about. I did a naked comedy show
What?
in March.
You say that like we knew. If
Yeah, like
we got 10 minutes before.
Yeah, I did naked
Can
comedy
you
because you
cover-
asked if we had anything.
I was like, anything wild happened? Anything cool happened recently? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I did this naked comedy show in March, and it was amazing. It was great.
Like a strip one, like if you bomb a joke, you have to take a.
No, it
So
was.
you were naked pretty quick.
It was no, you come out naked. The audience is not. It's just a
Is the
regular
audience naked?
No,
Okay.
It's just a regular show.
Okay.
Except you're naked.
It's opening
So
for
not
Louis
a regular show.
Opening for Louis C.K.
Yeah, it was just a regular show, but it was. I think I was super
Kind of
nervous.
makes Bert Kreischer seem a little tame.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you take your shirt
Yeah.
off.
I was
Whoa.
super nervous about it, as
Yeah,
one
really?
should be. But like, I had to work that day, and I was just like busy, and I was super nervous right beforehand. But like once you got that first laugh, it was just a regular show.
So apparently Kyle Ziegler's a shower.
No, I'm definitely a grower. Definitely a grower. But yeah, once you get that first laugh,
You were completely naked.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
I've never do that.
Yeah.
I'll quit comedy before I do that.
I would do it again. It was a good show. They were a great audience.
That's the craziest thing I've ever. I love that didn't. Especially you've done it recently, and you're like, nah, nothing crazy.
Yeah. So that was something. But yeah, I would do it again. It was a hot crowd, and they liked my jokes. So you know, I'm at the stage of my comedy career where I will say yes to everything. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I mean, I know it's kind of like one of those things, like just like in a doctor's office, like it's not that type of thing, but like just the what if it's like actual stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, or the opposite, like You're trying to like fluff a little
Well,
bit.
well, the one dude, the one dude on the show,
It's cold in here.
the one dude on
Taking
the
a
show,
Viagra before I go up on stage.
the one dude on the show, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants his business out there, but he took
Apparently, he put his business out there.
Right.
yeah, he took a Viagra before the show because he was self-conscious.
Yeah.
And like it didn't do anything. He came out there and was like immediately telling jokes about being a grower, not a shower. But yeah, it was.
If this set goes longer than 4 hours, somebody call a doctor.
Yeah. See, you could do it. You got all you need is one joke to address what's going on, and then like
No one wants to see this.
I mean,
Dude, I would fast for a month before that show.
really, I know. I was like, I just did. I did push-ups and sit-ups like a week before the show. It didn't really. I still have like a little bit of a handle, but
I would just go the other direction and eat that fucking $29,000 or 29,000 calorie meal and hope it would be covered by the time I would go up.
Nice.
I can't see it, neither can you.
That's so funny. Yeah, there's no way I'd do that.
yeah, I grew my bush out like leading up to it, so like
But
they
no,
didn't
you're
see
supposed
anything.
to trim because trimming makes it look bigger, right?
No, I was hiding it.
Nice. You're not supposed to.
I was taking it. I was taking it out of the equation.
I'm a real nature guy. That's why I have a bird's nest.
Yeah. Well,
That's wild. How many comics? What was like the dynamic of
there
the
was
show?
like
Is it
5 or 6 comics on the
Okay.
show. Yeah.
co-ed?
Yeah,
right.
and we all like they were super like they did a really good job of making sure all the comics felt comfortable. Made sure there was like no creepers for the girls and stuff. Like they were very vigilant about that.
Right.
Backstage, we were all just like wearing robes.
Okay,
And
I was
then-
wondering, is the green room just like
they said ahead of time like if you want to get comfortable, like whatever, do whatever you want. But like we all just wore robes, so everyone felt comfortable, and then just didn't take it off until right when we went out on stage.
Gotcha.
And pretty much everyone did great, and it was kind of like it did kind of feel like a regular show. Most comics had like maybe one joke addressing the naked thing.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely didn't want to have many jokes about my body because like it's as it is, I don't love dick jokes, and it seems kind of
Sure.
cringe to be like talking about your dick while it's out.
Yeah.
So I had like one joke to address the naked thing, and then it was just like a normal show after that. So yeah, and they did. I guess it's like a tradition at the naked shows to invite an audience member to come on stage and tell a joke naked.
Okay.
And they did that, and that was really funny.
Nice.
And I can't remember, like, the host was really good. He does these shows all the time. And he was like, if you don't have a joke, I'll give you a joke to tell. And that was kind of cool to get the audience involved, too.
Nice.
It's kind of cool, whatever. It's just,
Yeah. That's very.
I'm a little bit of a nudist. I like I like nude beaches, whatever. I don't know.
All right, so we're about to film a Patreon episode.
Yeah.
So like, let's
fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that it's a weird thing to do, and I also get that it's a weird thing to do for $50.
Damn, if I knew that's all it took to get you naked, I've known you for a few years. It would happen much sooner.
But like being able to do your set for a sold out room, I don't give a shit. Like I don't care where it is.
Sure.
I'll just it's
I think I have a new plan to win Harrisburg's Hilarious this year. Are you doing it this year?
no, because I know I'm going to be out of town. I'm out of town for the first couple rounds. I will be in town for the finals, but apparently they won't let me just jump to the
I
finals.
saw your post. I laughed very hard at that. He was just like, "Yeah, I can't make the first week. I just do the final." That was very funny.
Manny backed me up. Manny, I mean, if they just let me do a set, I don't have to win the competition.
All I can say is I just hope Andrew Pollock doesn't enter, so the rest of us have
so
a
you can
chance.
beat everyone.
Just so,
No Andrews
Just so we
allowed.
have a yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
no Andrews allowed.
Yeah. Well, Glessner can host,
Yeah, he's gonna host. I meant,
but no Brooks, no Pollock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brooks won last year, didn't
Yes.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, give the rest of us a chance at least. So was it? We can wrap it up. Was it kind of like? Did it actually like affect your delivery, like mentally, like I have a hard enough time just like with like some silence. I can imagine that plus
silence plus being naked.
So
right. So like mentally, did it occupy any space in your brain during the set, or were you just
once I got the first so like I went out there, I opened with like, it's not really a funny joke, but I just opened with like, so like I came out on stage and I was like, hey, just a few seconds ago I was backstage, I was thinking about 10 people in my life who are the only 10 people in my life who have ever seen me naked. And then I thanked the audience for helping me get my numbers up. And they laughed at that. And then I just like went into my stuff, and like half of my material is like clean sex jokes, which kind of play well in a room that is like probably mostly queer. And I'm like naked, and it's like literally the venue is probably a sex club too. Like, I don't know. So like my material I think did well there because it was like dancing around being dirty jokes, but like I have a lot of clean dirty jokes basically. Right.
You're not just overtly raunchy or
yeah. So I think it just felt like a normal show. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's some comics.
Anybody slide into your DMs after the show?
No. I did get a couple followers, which is a little weird.
Anybody slide into you after your show?
No.
I have enough problems figuring out what to do with my hands at a show.
I don't know. What do I do with my cock?
Oh shit!
It's just sitting there.
That's very funny.
I remember you playing with the mic cable.
Yeah.
Just like waving it around.
Yeah, lower this mic stand. I got arrested.
It was one thing that was crazy that happened at the show is I got there and someone was like, the girl that was helping like run things, she was like, hey, one of your friends is here and they wanted to buy you a shot. And I was like, okay. I was like, and there was someone I knew there. Their name is Al. And I was like, was it Al? And I was like, that person over there? And the girl was like, no. And I was like, I don't know anyone else here. I don't think I want to take this shot. That's weird. And then after my set, she came back and she's like, did the shot get to you? And I was like, no. And she was like, let me go get it. And she got it and had a little note. And it was my friend Larry, who lives in California, and I haven't seen him in like 10 years. And so it was just like, holy shit, fucking Larry. So it was someone I knew. So I took the shot and went and saw Larry.
He was there?
Yeah, he was there.
Wild.
I haven't seen him in 10 years. He lives in California, and he surprised me.
And now he's seen all of you.
Yes. Yeah. He is gay, too. So I was like, he flew all the way from California to see that. But no, he was already like...
I'd call that a green flag.
Yeah. I mean, he was already in town. So like, but it was just cool. It was cool to be surprised. Weird that it was at a naked show, but it was cool to be surprised. But the whole shot thing was weird because I was like, I'm not gonna take a random. Like I was like, is this what it feels like to be like a girl? Getting offered random shots? Like, yeah, I am skeptical, but also kind of nice.
It felt good,
flattering.
It felt good.
A little confidence boost.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can wrap up. I forgot to remember the thing that I told you to remember.
Oh, you said that Market Street.
Which reminded me of the thing. Well, I'll save it for next
All right.
episode, but it's I think it's time to enact revenge on the car wash. I never brought that back up.
They never got back to you?
Nope. So it's time. I'm plotting revenge. There's only so many things I
I
can
just
do.
went there today and nothing went wrong.
Fuck you. You did not go there.
Yes, I did.
How dare you support them?
I literally went there today.
How dare you support them?
Listen, I don't want the bottom of my car
You just need to clip out all
I don't have any other, there's no other car washes.
Is everything working properly? Is
Yeah.
everything...
But I didn't do the interior, so I just drove through.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
I didn't
fucking...
I gave him the base wash. I'm not giving him more money.
Okay. Yeah, it's the poorly trained circus monkeys who do the fucking inside of the inside of the car that fuck your shit up and don't clean it all. But I don't know. I'm weighing my options. Like, you could do a lawsuit, but like I am petty enough to like pay $500 to make them pay me $250.
Yeah.
I am that fucking petty, but like I'm trying to. I want to be creative about it. So we'll talk more about it next week. So
Nice.
Cliffhanger.
indeed. In the meantime, I'll just have revenge fantasies. So, I guess you guys plugged your stuff. So
Yeah, we should be good.
Anybody got anything else?
No.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. I gotta pee. I gotta pee so bad.
See you next Thursday.
Take it easy.